Hello everyone, and welcome to FTL, also known as Faster Than Light. This is a fun little indie game that I've run across a few years ago. And you basically take control of a ship of your choice and explore the universe and try not to get blown up by everything. You can choose multiple different ships. I've played a few times before, so you'll see that I have a couple unlocked. But when you start out, you only get the Kestrel, and so there we will start. Every ship has multiple types, which you can unlock with these achievements here. As you can see, I've not achieved any of these achievements with the Kestrel, because frankly it's not that good. At least I don't enjoy it very much. You can name your ship whatever you want. I'm going to leave it with the Kestrel just for simplicity's sake, as well as all of your crewmen that you start off with. But again, I'll leave them as they are, because they're going to die, and if I name them I get attached. It's going to start on easy mode because the game can be a little punishing for new players. So basically you start off on the run from the massive invincible rebel fleet, and you have the only information that could possibly destroy them. So you have to jump from star to star, hopefully staying ahead of them. You'll see the red wave wash over the galaxy, and you want to get to the exit. But you want to take your time getting there, because if you don't, you'll be really underpowered for the next area. So I see we have a distress beacon, so I'll jump there. So there's always good times there. So the cockpit lights up with warning signals, and you're being targeted by a nearby ship. The distress call was a lure to attract unwitting ships into weapons range, so basically it's a trap. Alright, now I'm going to pause. One of the nice things about this game is it will let you do this. You can pause at any time and still mess with your systems and your crew members. So, we have a rebel. Each of these is their different kind of system and subsystem. So, they have one shield. So I'm going to take that offline. And I'd like to take their weapons offline, otherwise I start taking way too much damage. What you see here is a drone. I don't know what combat drone. So it'll just shoot me and basically keep my shields off, which is controlled by that little room there. So I have everything targeted. I'm going to put auto fire on so I don't have to fire manually every time. And I'm going to get my crew members to their stations. I generally like to have someone on the shields at all times and someone on the weapons at all times. And now we will unpause and see where this goes. It's charging, there it goes. Alright, so we have taken off their shields and weapons, so very well done. So they offer surrender. Missile, a drone part, and some scrap, which is currency. You can see that here. So I can either take this and let them live, and they might bother me again later, or I can blow them up and maybe get something better. And I let all its leave loose ends, so we'll finish this. So you can see I've taken the weapons offline. They can't do anything to hurt me now. And down they go. So, got some fuel, a drone part, which is useless to me, unfortunately, but a lot more money. That's going to be more important. You can see the drone is useless now. Okay. So this is where you can upgrade your ship. You can see here you can upgrade your shields, engine, oxygen production, weapons, etc. The more you put into each of these, the better potential you have in that area. For instance, every 2 shield bars gets you an extra shield bubble, but you have to have power bars to stick in there or it doesn't do anything, and you can buy those here. You can also upgrade your sensors so you can actually see where the enemy is in the ship and target them directly. And that's very useful for capturing ships, which gives you a lot more spoils. And better doors, so if you are boarded, they can't just run through and do whatever they want. don't think I need to do anything just yet. I'm going to save my money, because if I get to a store and there's a really cool weapon, I want to be able to do that. You can see my crew here. Your crew do gain skills in their respective areas as it goes on. So it's kind of a good idea to keep them alive as long as possible. And your equipment. So these are my two weapons. You can have up to 4 installed at once and 4 in reserve. And your augmentations are kind of cool. These are fun little special things that let you do cool stuff. For instance, automatically repair your ship after a battle at the cost of some money or extra money, or faster reload times, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to jump to the Nebula. The Nebula are pretty dangerous. They wipe out your sensors, but they also slow down the Rebels' fleet and give you more time to look around the system. So there's a Rebel teleporter. Oh, so we've been boarded, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. So, let's see how this goes. Yeah, there's 3 of them. So, go hide in the mid bay. So, I'm going to be a little mean. And I'm going to basically vent the entire ship except for the med bay. And that's going to force them to come to the med bay and fight us off. I took out my weapons. There they come. Now I have an advantage here. My med bay will heal my soldiers, but not theirs. So you can see my health isn't going down at all, and theirs is dropping steadily, so I'm doing quite well. It wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be. Let's get some oxygen going again. Have people back where they're supposed to go, or where's my helmsman? Oh, you're on shields. There's my helmsman. So everybody back to their areas. Gotta get the weapons fixed before we go anywhere. I don't want to jump into any scraps while I don't have anything to fire back with. And that is why nebulas are dangerous. You can see here, that is the progress. Okay, everything's back online. We'll jump to the next area. Okay, so there's a Rebel automated ship stationed near a Rebel space station. However, it has no sensors, so, however, since our sensors aren't working, we have no idea what's inside. Well, there's a chance that they could have really good stuff inside, and this ship has no shields. In fact, I could almost wipe it out in one volley. So we're gonna have a shot at it. I'm gonna get one shot off. I just took out my sensors, which doesn't really matter considering they don't work here anyway. Have another volley, and no more ammunition. So, get some money. There we go, and that's why we did that. So we got a new drone schematic and some more money. Now I don't think I'll actually use that drone schematic. I don't enjoy the drones a whole lot. It's just a lot more you have to manage, especially with your power, and I would rather put that into defenses. But if I recall correctly, that was a level 2 drone, yes. Oh, okay. No, I might actually use this. Because what this does is this will stop any missiles from coming in and hitting me, and because it's a Mark II, it will also shoot down incoming lasers. Which, that is not to be sniffed at. It's also going to be worth a lot of money if I sell it, so we'll see how it goes. Populating system. Oh, okay, so here's one of our little side quests. These show up every once in a while. So, as usual, carrier is days late and wants us to deliver cargo, drone parts to a small station. I'll pay me some now and some more when I finish, so go for that. 5 drone parts. Now, if I wanted to be mean, I could just use these drone parts and just abandon this guy. I don't have a drone system anyway, and I'm not generally that cruel of a person. Arrive in the system to see a pirate ship pursuing a civilian ship. Detect its messages in the civilian ship on a distress frequency. Well, we have to help them. That's interesting. So this is a Federation scout, which is my faction. So I'm curious what's going on there. Actually, it's missile the shields. Missiles pierce shields. Oh, I took out my oxygen. That's not good. You need to go fix that. You need to get on shields. Alright, so I took down their shields, so there we go. Ship breaks apart, and you guys can contact the civilian ship. We've got some fuel, some more drone parts, and some money. Sector has become increasingly damaged with friends of the Federation. I think my crew could patch up some of your hull damage. So, I just got completely fixed up. Well, that's pretty good. Back on your weapons. I see I only have 3 missiles left. I really need to start looking for some more, because I can't use a missile launcher without them. Surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels, they hail you and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. Well, what does that mean for me? Well, there's the drone controller again. I don't think I'm going to use it. I do have plenty of fuel. I really don't need drone parts. Full up. Oh, this is an NG. Which, as you can see, that's an alien race that you can have. Their repair speed is doubled, but they're really awful in combat. That's going to wipe out pretty much all of my money, though, so I'm going to say no to that. But I will sell that. And it looks like that's all I want to do here. I don't think I can make that distress call and still get the job done and still get out on time, so I think I'll ignore it. Oh, rebels. Missile the shields, laser the weapons. That's typically what I try to do at all times. If I'm trying to be fancy... Why do you keep hitting my oxygen? That's not very nice. If I'm trying to be fancy and actually capture them, I'll start hitting the oxygen. Alright, so they're trying to run. And we don't want that, so we're gonna wipe out their helm. Try to, if my guy can shoot straight. So we got off one more shot. Ooh. Yeah, we got him. Got me 2 missiles, which is everything I used. More drone parts, more scrap. I wish I could sell these. But you can't unless you find a very special spot. And you can see Borman here got hurt when that missile hit. And that's how you can capture the enemy ships, is wipe out their crew that way. And there are some special items that are built specifically for that purpose. I really enjoy the firebomb. Personally, oh, black market. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is a place where I could sell missiles, but I'm actually going to use those, so I'm going to say no. It's too bad they don't want drone parts, but what can you do? an unremarkable system, so nothing happening here. Moving on. You're supposed to deliver drone parts here. Okay. The station responded to your hails immediately. It took you long enough. We have practically no use for these now. They refuse to pay full price. Take this and leave. Oh, they're only going to give me 25. Oh, that's not very nice. But they're absolutely useless to me, so I guess I'll take it. Got a good stock of money going on, but I don't really need to upgrade anything yet, so I'm going to sit on it for a little bit. Until I'm sure. Alright, so this is the long-range beacon. There's a scout here. Okay, this is an interesting little choice. You can attempt to download the ship's data stores, which would basically put everything on the map, all of the stores, all of the quests, all the distresses, everything. And I wouldn't have to jump blind, but since we're at the very end, that's not going to help me any, so I'll take the money. And I won't have to blow it up. But since this is the long-range beacon at the end of the sector, that means we are officially done here. And the rebels are about to catch me, so we better move on. So we have a nebula, or an NG-controlled sector. The nebulas are pretty dangerous. You saw earlier that the nebula I was in. A nebula sector is completely and totally that. So your sensors never do anything, and there are random lightning storms that can be extremely fatal. They wipe out half of your power and leave you, either unable to run your shields or unable to fire back, and it can just be nasty. So we're going to jump to the NG-controlled sector, because they tend to be pretty friendly. We have arrived at NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core world, so you should be able to stock up. And I'll show you a Mantis if we get the time. They're kind of a more insectoid type alien. Let's see if I could do that. I'm going to jump here and kind of ride along. They're very good at hand-to-hand combat, but they're really bad at repairs, so they're basically the anti-NG. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials away for the FTL drones to charge. Yeah, let's have a look. Now, this could get me hurt, but... Alright, remains of a ship. We got some missiles, which we needed, and more money, which is always nice. Jump. Your ship is flooded with advertisement transmissions from a nearby merchant as soon as you arrive at the beacon. You arbitrarily pick one to examine in detail. Trade 7 fuel for drone parts. No, okay, trade 2 drone parts for extra fuel. That's pretty good. Let's do that. It's excellent, actually. Never have too much fuel. Scrap Azars are weapons for you. You're able to raise the shields when you rise. It's just an NG trader. Ah, okay, so we have a Zoltan here. The Zoltan are kind of fun. They have less health than the other crew types, but any system that they're in automatically gets 1 power, just for free. So that's a pretty cool deal. Take that. Don't really need fuel, and I'll go ahead and grab him. Alright, so that's my Zoltan. Nobody in the engines right now, and as you can see, there's 1 power bar missing there. So he's going to pop in and power that himself. And I am now fully powered without having to spend any money on upgrades. Rebels are moving pretty slow. I think I take a longer route. Hopefully. Refueling station. Well, I don't really need fuel. This is disappointing. Rather uneventful run through the sector. There we go. Rebel fighter here would seem to suggest elements of the rebel fleet are already making incursions in NG space. Well, we can't have that. So, shield's gone. That is a quick drone. That's not good for me at all. Alright, further their shields, taking out their weapons. We should get that drone offline. Alright, so they're trying to run. Silly rebels. The ship explodes, leaving behind it a substantial collection of useful scrap material, which is good. I do have some money, so I think I'm going to invest in some shields. Alright, so now I have a second shield up, which by this point in the game can actually render me almost completely immune to damage, depending on what we run into. This NG colony is hiding on the other side of a nearby moon. It's that they're excavating an equipment cache from the Federation Mantis War. This just might be used to luring and pursuing rebel fleet. Okay, well I can booby trap the cache, and that will make the rebels stop for a turn, give me more time to explore, but I think I would rather have what's inside, which is a lot of money and an anti-ship beam drone. Which, that was worth it just for the money, honestly. Distress signal originates from a small NG ship under attack by a rebel fighter. When they see your Federation markings, they turn to attack. Looks like I can actually shoot back. Alright, you see this is a beam drone, and beam type weapons cannot pierce shields at all. Our missiles can, so... Oh, he's got my weapons. Okay, I better get that missile offline then. There we go. The laser's back online. Keep his missiles going. As long as I keep his missiles down, he can't really hurt me. Rebels destroyed. You pick the bones of the ship and wait for the small NG ship to catch up. You got some fuel, some drone parts, and some scrap. The NG vessel turns out to be very poorly equipped, barely a runabout. Really, they were trying to outrun the rebels and need all the help they can get. Oh, what do I do? Would I be nice or not? I'll be a nice guy. Well, that's gonna be all of my money, pretty much. Oh, okay. Find them with the musicians and the supplies they should need for the journey home. Generosity, magnitude, unpredicted. Well-being, syntax error. Value too high. Accept this token. So that was completely worth it. I got the NG Metabot Dispersal, which is an NG-only thing. But what that does is that no matter where my crew is on my ship, they're going to be being healed. So they don't even need to be in the med bay anymore, which is very, very nice. Good jump at the store. The NG can do remarkable things with just a pile of scrap. The NG Hive at this beacon is selling equipment for just that. I think I'm okay. I'll go ahead and repair. Sell off the drone. They don't really have anything I'm interested in, so we're going to ignore that. Click the right button this time. You overhear Mantis comm chatter. Negative, I've killed more humans. You gulp noticeably, but luckily they don't see you yet. Well... The Mantis are a typically nasty race. They're not a whole lot of fun to fight, but they tend to have good stuff. If I attack, I have the element of surprise, so we're gonna go for it. They have no teleporter, which is the biggest issue. I really hate being boarded, if you have noticed. About their shields and their weapons. Save my missiles. One more volley and it's over. There we go. Ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. So I got some fuel, which I needed, some missiles, which I needed, and some decent amount of money. I probably could have managed this better. You can see I'm way out ahead of the rebel fleet. So I could have made a few more stops, maybe picked up some more scrap or weapons, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that now. Advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. Well, I could use some of that. I should mention, you only get one save file for this game, and if you die for any reason, oh, we've got a fire. Open up. You can send your crew member to deal with fires, but then they get hurt, and it's a lot easier to just let the vacuum do it for you. But as I was saying, if you do die for any reason, either all your crew gets killed, or your ship gets blown up, death is permanent. Your game is over, your ship is gone. You have to start completely over. So it really adds some tension to it, knowing that one mistake could cost you everything. So what you can for the broken ship, 25 scrap, well that was worth it on its own. Yeah, well the station was completely empty. It's a bit of a bummer, but that's fine. So, we can either go to the Mantis homeworlds or the civilian sector. Again, the civilian sector is what we started in. It's pretty peaceful. There's not a whole lot going on there. I can go to the Mantis homeworlds and fight a bunch of battles, but probably have higher rewards for doing so. So I believe we'll go there. Entered a poorly charted area of space that's known to be home of the Mantis. Ensure your hull plating is up to scratch and you have enough fuel in the tank to make it through. I don't have a whole lot of fuel, so I hope that we can get some from killing some other guys. And that's all the time I have for today, but we will be returning to finish this. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you later.